Step into the rhythm, feel the cosmic flow. D's got the spark, and Nano's in tow. We're flipping the script where the uncommons go. A universe of truth, let the story show. Enter the verse where the mind takes flight. Dive in deep, we're igniting the night. D and Hinano, bringing sights unseen. Real uncommon vibes in this podcast dream. Thoughts collide like stars in the void. We're breaking the mold, no filter deployed. From the mic to the cosmos, the tales unfold. Two hosts, one vibe, pure audio gold. Enter the verse where the mind takes flight. Dive in deep, we're igniting the night. D and Hinano, bringing sights unseen. Real uncommon vibes in this podcast dream.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Enter the Verse, and this is our show for the official VeVeVerse, where we like to go and take a look at other people's VeVeVerses. But how's everyone doing today, guys? D, how are you?
I am terrific and very hot. I got my fan blowing. I got my nice. Look at my cooler, my koozie for my canned drink.
Oh, jeez, so ghetto.
I'm bringing back to old school. You know, the foil to keep my drinks cold.
That's
And
like
it works.
90s. That's like 90s high school right there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
But
Yeah,
it
my
works.
parents were cheap. It does work. It does work. But I remember, you could have bought the koozie, and now back in the day, guys, koozies were like only 50 cents. But that was too
Yeah.
expensive for our household, and we went and got the foil instead. So, but how you doing today, D?
I don't know, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day. It's really hot here. Like we always say that, but it's really hot here. I got my fans blowing. The windows are open, but it's a really nice and beautiful sunny day outside. I wish I could share it with whoever doesn't have some sunshine.
Well, they can kind of see it in the TV. It's
Oh, okay,
very-
yeah.
yeah, it's bright, and I have all the windows open because it's really hot. Hawaii humidity.
And that's why you got the sun shades on. But yeah,
Yeah.
how are you, Hinano, besides hot?
Well, I'm good. We had a special thing today, so I didn't have to work a lot today. So,
Mhm.
yeah, not too bad. Just chilling. I actually was playing around the VeVeVerse earlier, trying to get my
Ooh.
space all cozied up and stuff, getting ready for the show today. By the
Yeah.
way, who do we have on the show today, D?
So we've got MagicMan, yo. We got ronnielighto. He's gonna be showing us his space or spaces. I'm not sure how many. And just kind of dive into what he's been working on. I've seen the little sneak peeks of what he's been creating. And he did like his awesome job with the railings. Did you see the post on the railings he did?
I don't know about the railings, but I just saw the sky. There's things in the
Mm.
sky. You know what I mean? Kind of
Yeah.
remind me of Halo, if you really think about it. If you've watched or if you played the game, obviously, but also the TV show. And I'm like, what is that in the sky? Almost look like the Halo. So yeah, super cool right
Oh.
there.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm really liking the railings that he did. I'm like, whoa, that's like so detailed. And I guess he used to do that kind of work in his past life. But yeah, so that was really cool because I always am interested in seeing what like artists and how their mind kind of works.
mhm.
And I've seen like his artwork that he's put out in public, but then to also see like another side of an artist creating in a different platform. So that's really cool. So I'm really excited to see what he's been working on and cooking up. Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Let's
Well, guys,
go.
before we get in, we will be right back after this commercial break.
Supergirl, you're my dream come true. With your cape and your curls, I'm falling for you. You save the world.
I think she checked out, everybody. I'm sorry. I forgot. I was supposed to press this.
I walked into the club that night. A crowded room, the mood was right. And there she was, swaying so beautifully. The girl in the birdcage, she's calling to me. Oh, she danced, my heart took flight. Spinning in that cage all through the night.
I gotta admit, I really, really love our new logo. I think it's really cool. So,
Me too.
yeah.
Soon on hat maybe.
Heck yeah, we're looking at merch, guys. Vegas is going to be bling bling. Anyway, I think it's time to get our guests into the studio. What do you think?
I agree. Let's bring him up.
All right, guys, we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie Lighto.
Yo, yo, yo. Oh,
Oh my goodness, man! You got
Penny for
What's
your
up,
thoughts.
everybody?
What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Always great. Even on my worst day.
Well, that's good, man. It looks like it's not very lighted where you are. You like in a bat cave or something?
Always. I know you can't see my shell, but I'm a hermit.
That's okay.
You
Nothing
left
wrong with
me
being a
on-
hermit. Right on. Well, thank you for joining us, man. Welcome to the show. I can't wait to look at your VeVe Cribz, but just kind of like and I know you already know how the show works. It's just mainly for the people that's never watched the show before. Guys, we normally go through a journey at Enter the Verse here where we go and look at some VeVeVerse spotlights. Basically, any creation that the community made in the VeVeVerse, we try to take a look at it. We critique it a little bit and give an opinion on the matter. And then my kid, aka Miss Punchline, she'll jump onto the program and show us her space that she's built called TheKids Corner. And then lastly, we end the show with VeVe Cribz, where Ronnie gets to show us his VeVe Cribz. Now, guys, we're also running a supported giveaway from VeVe Official. If you would like a chance to win a random VeVe digital collectible, type in #TheMatrix. Did I spell that right? Yeah, the Matrix for a chance to win something at the end of the show. And Ronnie, that's you. Please type #TheMatrix in there as well. Guests are allowed to enter this giveaway. Pass?
Hard, yeah, hard.
All right,
pass.
all right,
No,
all right.
I don't want any more VeVe collectibles. I cannot stand anymore.
Damn, man.
Yeah,
Too much. The
just-
heat is
You
on.
want free stuff? What?
I have a problem with the VeVe. Every time I get a new collectible in there, I want to keep it. That's the problem I have.
You know, I was having.
They don't unfortunately always stay there, but I want to keep them there.
Yeah.
I know the feeling. I was talking with Big Bro about this the other night, and I'm like, I don't get it. No matter what happens, there's always something nostalgic on that app that I want.
Oh,
And
yeah.
usually you should sell it and then you can buy it back later. I don't.
True.
Yeah,
Well,
I
see,
sit
my
on it,
reasoning
so.
is like I'm a big fan of I've been a big fan of like base building in games and stuff, right? Like you can ask my brother Chris, he's a streamer. I have like over 1,500 hours in Ark alone when I was playing it back in the day, and we're talking like probably another like 400 or 500 hours in Minecraft when that came out. And I don't enjoy doing anything else in games. If they allow me to base build, that's what I'll do. I will push the limits of my computer and the maps to base build cool bases.
Well, let's go, man. Like we've been kind of looking at your work a little bit, and it's been pretty inspiring on what you're trying to build there. And it's very time
Yeah,
consuming. I'm understanding you like the time consuming part. You like the repetitiousness.
I do, but there's a limit. There's a limit to my patience on that because I come from a 3D modeling background and an AutoCAD background, right? I
Okay.
did that for 20 plus years, and 10 years professionally at a job, and then I did it for another like 5, 6 years after that independently. And I come from that background, and there's a couple tools and a couple little things I wish were in there for base building. I mean, in your typical basic video game now, if you do have base building, there's a couple things that they all have, and VeVeVerse is missing. And I know they're working on it. And as soon as we get like certain like snap points and stuff, I call them, that'd be that would be awesome in there. I would be, my efficiency of what I want to build would be raised to the roof.
Well, I want a copy feature. Like if I make something, can I just
Yeah.
copy the whole thing, please?
Yeah.
Instead of
That, I know
reduplicating it?
that one I know. That one I know from all of my little birdies and from watching all the streams and all the interviews with like Dan and stuff. That's one feature that is definitely in the works and is probably coming within with the next update when that would be my guess. I'm just speculating, of course, but that's a big one everybody's been looking for, is at least just a group duplicate.
No, for sure, for sure. As well as a few other things like the audio functioning. I'm not really a fan of the audio when you're in there.
True.
But
I mean, that's buggy, but no one's using it for that right now anyways,
Right. Version 1. We're at version 1.0 as we said in the beginning. So
once everyone can get in there, once they implement that the mobile app, I imagine there's going to be some kind of optimization on both ends. Hopefully, it's not just mobile wise, and we'll because they're going to have to support people that want to come in. Right now that just putting shapes in there and certain objects pushes the limits of everyone's computers, let alone letting 20, 30 people in your showroom simultaneously.
And what's so cool about this construct that we're building in, and I understand we're in the Web3 communities per se, but there's virtual experiences out there like Second Life, there's VR chat, which is all centralized. And so I believe, this is my belief, that centralized and decentralized experiences can coexist. And I truly believe that the VeVeVerse is one of those centralized experiences that has legs, and it's in its infancy right now. And so that's the one thing I really like about what they're doing with this, like the California comics, that is something that's very, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Anyways, I think it's just very cool because when I was a kid, I used to hang out in my comic shop. And now kids that are my daughter's age, this is their realm, the virtual realm. They hang out in this stuff. So to have a place for them to hang out in, a social experience, I think is phenomenal. And I think the VeVeVerse is one of those experiences that could be that for those kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
I am a little sus on that though, because there's certain trends in the youth communities, in the youth population, where they're kind of shying away from social media stuff. And there's a lot of studies out there that show that social media has been a detriment to the child population.
Thank you.
And I'm in the middle. I want it to happen, but I'm also 42 years old, and this is something I've wanted since I was a kid. And they've been telling us virtual reality for decades now. And I remember going to like Geauga Lake and stuff here in Ohio, and they had early virtual reality setups, and you tried this.
Remember the show VR5?
Yeah, whatever it was named. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same thing. It'd be like $20-$30 or something for like 15 minutes to go in the VR world. And I've been wanting that for a long time, and now we're finally seeing glimpses of it when I'm in my 40s. So I don't know. I know like gaming is huge, but I I don't know if it's going to be grasped as quick as we think it's going to be. It needs to be done right, is what it is. Like everyone speculates Ready Player One, Ready Player One. Well, that movie, just like The Matrix is, I mean, if you follow a bunch of like simulation theory guys out there, physicists and stuff, you start believing that The Matrix is just a movie of our pastime that told us what the future actually is going to be. And sometimes I think collectively you get enough human beings together to think about the same thing all together simultaneously, you create those moments. So yeah, it's possible the Matrix was never real until the movie came out, and now that we believe it's the Matrix is becoming real.
Well, just never think of ourselves in a square box, because everything, if you really think about it, is a square.
I never do.
You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, man, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate the conversation. I completely agree with you in terms of, we are at the frontier of what we've always wanted. And I also agree, like, everyone's like wanting a AAA experience. I don't think you need that for this.
True.
A la
Minecraft. Minecraft proved that you don't need it. You need imagination. Imagination is everything. We don't even know what imagination is. It could possibly be a physical being somewhere outside in the ether. We don't know it. We don't even know where it comes from, where conscious thought comes from. So, it could possibly be all that.
Well, we're as humans, we want to have a fun experience. And so this is what I mean about my daughter's age. My daughter's like in the teens, 13, 12, 13, 14 age. And so for them, they chat a lot in their Roblox realm. They don't care what it looks like. They just want to have fun. And so if you just give them the fun and let them run around and they can be chatty Cathys, then that is an experience that I think that has legs if it's done right, as you said. So,
and a lot of fun nowadays with the way the limits they're pushing with video games and graphics. They're always doing, that's all they're ever doing is pushing the limits. They force people to get better and better computers, that kind of stuff. It's natural progression. But with Minecraft, it was fun. That was the thing. Like, it worked. It was barely buggy. There was this lore behind it that one single guy created this, and everyone was like, what? Like, there's teams like not ESPN, like esports and whatever, and they got these huge teams, Blizzard, Rockstar Games, that take thousands of people to create one game, and then one guy in the end makes billions of dollars selling to Microsoft, if you've ever heard of them, a company he just sat in his room and friggin' built it. And that's what made Minecraft interesting as well to a lot of people. Like, what? Let me play this game this one guy made. Let's see how good it is.
I fudded it when it first came out. I fudded it. I said,
so did I, because I was like, look at the graphics. Why would I play this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get in, and then you realize it activates your imagination. It allows you to play like a kid. There's this role in art. Okay, so I'm an artist, and I watch a lot of things that's art-related, documentaries, all that stuff. And I heard this cool thing, and it's from a movie called Art School Confidential. It's a really good movie. You don't even have to like art. It's just a really good movie with a lot of really famous people before they made it, like Scott. I'm bad with names. Anyways, I learned in that movie. I forgot to tell everybody. I'm going to lose my train of thought in the middle of these podcasts. What was I talking about?
You were basically talking about the movie about art, and it's correlated to our conversation we just had.
Oh man, yeah, I'm blanking. Keep going.
It's okay. We'll just keep it moving. We'll keep it moving, guys. Subscribe to ronnielighto right over here. Also, our AI says hi, by the way, over here. Good old Grok on the side. But guys, I think it's time to get into some VeVeVerse spotlights right here. So we are going to transition into our part of our segments, and we'll be right back. All right. So, guys, this is part of the show where we like to go look at the community and see what they've built right here, and then get opinions from D as well as Ronnie right here. And right now we have, and I can never say this user's name correctly, Ovni Noir.
I think that's how you say Ovni Noir.
Ovni Noir, or as I remember.
I got you. You ready? Ovni Noir.
Yeah. There we go. This guy. Where were you, man? We were with Igor a few weeks back, and we couldn't say it, and I think he was like OV 9-inch nails or so.
It reminds me of the old that Cologne Black Noir or whatever. Jacquard Noir. There we go.
I don't know, man. Like
Noir.
I was too cheap. I used deodorant.
Or Axe.
There's nothing cheap about deodorant.
You know, you get it from like your grandma or something, like on Christmas, that little Axe body spray pack that you get at Walmart. But Ronnie, for Ovni Noir, Aladdin in the Cave of Wonders Part 2. What do you think of this? This gives me like Uncle Scrooge money bin vibes.
Right.
But,
yeah.
What do you think of this construct that was built?
I did see this. I saw this photo somewhere on X, I believe. Yeah, it's cool. I'm glad that they didn't overuse the bloom effect. I can tell that right now. I'm a big hater of any bloom effect in anything. I usually take it off. He did a very good job at least diminishing it to a low level, and actually everything looks like gold. And I know there's a little bit of a, there's some materials in there that give you that gold texture, but you really have to play with the lighting and some of the effects in there, and that's when you start really, no pun intended, shining.
Well, the coins is what's really getting me here, because those are all individual coins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I want to see? I'm one of those people that I want him to go in there and make that entire floor coins, period.
Oh yeah, that'd be badass.
Just go in there,
really make it like a money bin.
Do a repetition day, throw in about another 200 coins on that floor. It'll look awesome.
See, this is where copy and paste would really help.
Yeah, well, you have that. You can duplicate. You can duplicate single objects now. Well, at least I can. I don't know if that's a premium thing or not.
Oh yeah, you can duplicate, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The regular. Yeah, I believe so.
But can you duplicate all of them at once?
No, I think just a single. Not a group.
That's what everyone's waiting for. And when you see what I'm building, you'll see why I'm begging for that as soon as possible. And don't go to it now. We can definitely wait to your segment. But what I'm building I could save out. I'm at like 40 hours into laying this thing out, and I'm barely done. I can see hundreds of hours to come just to lay it out, let alone before I start animating things and pulsing lights and stuff.
Ooh.
Can you do that with yours? Because I don't have premiums, or you're gonna get like someone like Swampy to help you with the pulsing.
Yeah,
part.
No, I have premium.
Oh,
nice.
How do I get premium, VeVe? Come on.
You could get Swampy in your space and have him activated.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Swampy
I'm pretty sure. Well, unless they're not allowed to do that, I don't know. I'm sorry, but I heard it from the grapevine that was happening to some.
It would be cool to have premium on a YouTube show that covers it.
I think it'll they'll help you just like do a couple things. I don't know if you'll get full premium, but
I mean, I can always call the man in the van. We call him Josh over here. We can get Josh here if we want, but I mean,
make this pulse for us.
Yeah. And I've seen your spaces, and I can't wait. There's some people out there that are building right now without any of the premium additives.
Well, that's me. That's this guy right here. You know what I mean? I'm rubbing two sticks to make fire.
I can't wait till you get them. Like, I can't wait to see what you'll do to add to your spaces, like, because you're gonna have a field day,
Yeah, and that's the thing about me, like, which was nice, is the other day I actually had time to build. So, and you guys see what I built. Basically, we're gonna go back to my true tower, and you'll see more of what we built there. But give a shout out to, how you say this again, Ronnie?
Ovni Noir Studios.
Ovni Noir. Shout out to you. Give this person a follow. Whether it's a female or male, I'm not sure yet. And love what you're doing in the VeVeVerse. Going over here to Slider, he animated one of the comic covers, and he placed it in his verse. Now, I'm assuming there's a little bit of some camera work here, some magic, because you can't do that in the VeVeVerse. But still, it's super cool, right here.
I did question it at first myself. I was like, how did he? Okay, and I go, oh, okay, wait, there's some kind of CGI or AI added to this. There has to be. But having said that, if somebody thought really, really, really hard in the VeVeVerse, they could come up with that or something close to that.
I think this is just something he's asking for, and I really like this because we've always wanted animated covers, and to see this, because this is really cool. Like, I can see this benefiting people like Oz, who reads his comic books. Like, I just can imagine, like, doing a comic book reading with this animated cover right in front of you. It's immersive. I'd love to open the panels in the VeVeVerse. That would be really badass too. But maybe
Yeah,
I love this.
everyone would. You know how many backgrounds and wallpapers you can use of those inside covers? It'd be awesome.
yeah, be good right here. But shout out to Slider right here. Yeah, he's been on the program before. Really enjoy what you're doing right here, brother. Moving
really
on
cool.
to Team Dream Vision. I've never heard of this user before, but
Yeah,
again,
neither.
this is someone that's kind of going with the
Ooh, I haven't
Aladdin
seen
route
that.
here.
I have not seen this one.
And look, this is really cool with the Grogu right here with the is this, I don't know where this is from. This is from Up, right?
Yeah.
The accessories.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Is the hat from Up?
I don't know, but I know it's not from
I don't
Grogu.
remember.
But I think that's really cool.
no,
I like
right.
what they did with like Luke's house right here. Then you also got like remnants of what is that? The Little Mermaid.
Yep.
The
yep.
coral
Oh,
pieces.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you got the Up waterfall in the
Oh,
background right
waterfall.
here.
The
Yeah,
mailbox.
what's cool about it is there's like so many things collaborated in that piece, and yet it's
Mhm.
cohesive. It doesn't feel like it's Star Wars. It doesn't feel like it's Aladdin. It doesn't feel like it's Little Mermaid. It doesn't feel like it's Up. It feels like it's meant to. It's like just a diorama in the set that they
Yeah.
that they took a shot of it. It's all cohesive and it looks great.
It looks so good. And then it looks like this is an interior portion, so we get to see some of the inside right here. I don't know why it's letterbox. I'm sorry, guys. And I also like the pod racers. I don't know if you've been messing around with the pod racers, but I do like how they look in the VeVeVerse. They look pretty awesome. Looks like we got like a sky view of what's happening here. There's 2 gates, the star gates right there. And I don't know if you've ever messed with this computer, but it's a pain in the ass in the VeVeVerse. It doesn't shut up.
No, I have not gotten lucky to use that thing.
That's all you hear is You want to say the magic word?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
That's the point, though. It's meant
Yep.
so that you can't hack it and turn it off.
You can't turn it off. Once you click it, you're screwed. That's
Yeah,
it,
you're
though.
done.
But shout out to Team Dream Vision. I haven't heard of this this user before. I just started following this user today, and it's just somebody new right here. And I love the fact that people are still building. I think there was like 1 week where we couldn't really find a lot of builds. I think people were taking a break.
Yeah.
But this week I was able to find a little bit more. So shout out to this user right here. Also, we got Casual, and I know you're in the chat as well. Little shop of Casual, and I like these little boutiques that he makes. He made his tree house.
Mm-hmm.
He made the VeVe logo home, and I like the builds that he makes right here. It's this really cute little shop. What do you think about this, Ronnie?
It looks exactly. It reads exactly what it should be. So like it looks like like a space, a store, a collectible showcase. It's simple, straight to the point, and I'm a little against box building in when you're base building. I think you should add some arches or roofs or something to your place, but that's just me.
I'm the opposite. I'm a blockhead. I build everything in a box. So that's why I'm saying don't pay attention to any of the squares in the sky. Pause.
Yeah, there's a couple curves in a couple curved shapes in there you guys could use, just so you guys know.
I got you. No, shout
So
out
don't
to
just be a
Casual right
blockhead.
here. Well, sometimes I cheat. Like I'll take the tables and I'll make that a building. I'll blow it up and I'll just put walls around it.
That's not cheating.
It's got a skylight over it, right?
That's not cheating. That's being resourceful.
There you go, right there. But shout out to you, Casual. I try to always take a look at your builds because you're always building something. Guys, if you haven't yet, go follow Casual. He also has a YouTube channel. I don't have that pulled up, but I know he does a lot of builds, or he shows a lot of his builds on his YouTube channel. So go check him out as well.
Yeah, he's busy.
And, yeah. If it's not here, I know
even that takes hours to build. That takes hours.
But look at this.
Build.
At first I thought this was like a window thing, like he had like a window display, but this is the inside of the shop we're looking at. So I really like this part too right here. I think it's cool. And also shout out to Guri right here. Appreciate you with the $4.99 super chat. This goes to the channel and back to you guys. Thank you so much, brother. Let's go. And is that our cat? Hold on.
Yep, that's our cat.
It's not time to eat yet. That cat will like irritate the crap out of us, and she'll just keep meowing right there. But guys, give Casual a follow. Also, guys, I really want to showcase this. This is Collector's Gone Digital right here. with
yeah, I
Dr.
see.
Fuse's new Skyfall pad. Now this is insane. Did you see this entire video?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yep,
No?
I definitely
Mm-mm.
watched it a couple times.
Let's check this out then, since D hasn't seen it. And at first, I didn't realize there's more to it. And I got to tell you, Josh, if you're watching, you inspired my build that I'm going to show today after.
Ooh.
So, yeah. But I like this. At first, I'm like, oh, that would look like really cool, like a putting green at the top or something like that.
Yeah, and then the surprise happens where there's a whole world underneath.
Yeah. So now I guess the inspiration, I got to ask him, like, what inspired this build? Like, is this like from a movie? Is like this, because I don't know all the James Bond movies, or was this out of like Josh's brain?
I do
mean,
know
look, like-
it's like Collector's Gone Digital did this, right? This is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember. Maybe I could be speaking wrong, but I remember watching one of his streams, and he was mentioning that he definitely likes to use blueprints as a blueprint for the verse. So it could be a real house plan that he found on the internet or likes of a house.
Yeah, I like how he had the art. I can't remember, that perspective art, that 3D art. He had them on the ceiling and also on the walls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I'm a big fan. So I'm a in just like with my artwork, I'm all about the small details that makes a piece of artwork really stand out. You can draw like a portrait of something. Let's say I draw a portrait of a dog, and I can do a pretty good job blocking it and make it look cool. But as soon as I start doing individual hairs on the piece, where I do, thousands of hairs individual, it takes hours to do them. That really adds to it, right? And that comes in turn with like my my meditation practices with repetition. Like I just like doing repetitive stuff, like not like assembly line work, but something that is just it's almost like a fidget, but I don't have a problem with needing fidget things. But maybe I do, and I just found certain outlets that allow me to navigate my fidgets. But
there's
like
the man right there.
There he is. Yeah, he might say, yeah, they might be might have started off as a blueprint from a house plan, but he definitely didn't get a blueprint of this cave underneath.
No,
so that's all from his head. So whether or not he it's not all from his head straight, it doesn't matter. It's beautiful.
You see, so I got a question for you. Are you a person that likes to build the world, or are you a person that likes to like add the collectibles in? I'm a person that likes to build the world, but then after I like get too lazy to add the collectibles.
If I find a collectible that is suited for my build, like currently what I'm building, my first build that I'm building that will be shown today at the start of it, I have 0 collectibles in there, and I have 0 I'm not going to put any collectibles in. It's not going to be 4 collectibles. It's going to be a huge just a sculpture basically.
Oh, okay.
An immersive sculpture.
So you're like me, you just prefer to create. And then after, if you want to put the collectibles, you can, right?
Oh yeah. So okay. So I can add to that. So like I'm not a fan of making plans. So if I build in Minecraft, if I build in Ark, whatever I build in the VeVeVerse, I just start placing a thing. So like in this world, So in this world that I build, I had a vision, and I got it from an album cover that I seen from a random song on Pandora, and I saw the album cover. I was like, that's interesting. It was a 2D image. It wasn't 3D or nothing. And I just stared at it, and I was like, I really like this image. And I was like, this was like a year or so ago when I was thinking about building in the VeVeVerse. What would I do first? And this was the one that stuck with me for over a year. I took images of it. I looked at it every once in a while. I was like, I'm building this. Like it's a calling. And then when I started building it, my first thing was to just place a stone down that you walk on and go from there, period. And as soon as you do that, and I could talk about it later, like I always say, invoke the muse. And I stole it from Stephen Pressfield from the War of Art, the book War of Art. He says invoke the muse, and the only way to actually do that is to start something, to start invoking it. You can't just sit around thinking all day, thinking about what you're going to do. You have to actually implement and actually pick up the pen, pick up the paintbrush, pick up the mouse and start building. And then the muse comes and she taps on your shoulder. And most of mine are she's, but you know, they tap on your shoulder or whatever. And you you'll hear artists say this a lot, especially modern day artists, like, it's not me painting it. I can't explain it. I'm not the one painting it though. I'm the one that gets awed by it when I step back and I go, wow, who painted this? It ain't me. Like, I don't know who it is, but that's that muse. It's like, you know, think of the movie Angels in the Outfield, when like they were pitching and the Angels come down and, you know, made that fastball go down the middle. It's kind of like that for me. Like, but they don't show up, and they will nag you. They will just sit over your shoulder, over your head, and hover and nag. Do this, do this, do this, do this until you do it. It doesn't matter if your artwork comes out looking shitty, as long as you got that idea out of your head. Because I like I was saying earlier, I think your imagination is like an entity. I think it's a being. I can't explain it other than that. I think it's it's our gut biome, it's our microbiome, whatever in our body. I don't know, but I think it's an entity. It's a being. It's something that, you know, speaks to us, and we just listen, and it just happens to give us this stream of information constantly. And if you put your net out, I think all humans have the same stream of consciousness, and it just takes someone's wiring of their brain, you know, through nurture and nature. And, you know, and you take your net out and you put your net out and it grasps whatever you can. And then you use that and go, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to make a piece of artwork. I'm going to start a universe. I'm going to do a metaverse. I'm going to start
inspired.
That imagination just comes out of nowhere, and then we bring it from this ether, out of nothing, and then we make it real. That you know, I'm sketchy of that. I don't know what that is, but it's weird.
No. You know, I'm with you on this. I am in the same boat when it comes to, I don't plan anything either with the VeVeVerse. In fact, I can't. I just start building something, and whatever happens. But I'm kind of that way on anything I do when I try to create anything. I'm more of like, from pen to paper to a blank canvas. Let's see what we can do, and that's what I do. And so everything I built in the VeVeVerse has been on that mindset.
Yep.
So
just unlock it. You know, unlock what your potential. Just watch,
have fun,
and watch it happen in real time. Like, be in the moment and be like, wow, where did that come from? You know, and you know, respect it. You know, give it conscious thought. Think about it longer. Like, wow, that was a good idea. Good job, Hinano. Like, good job. Pat yourself on the back. Like, I don't know where that came from.
I'm terrible at that. I can't do that.
It would have never come if you didn't start. If you would have just sat there and did nothing, that idea would have never came out of you.
No, very, very, very true. You got any insight you want to add to this, D? You're muted.
No insight. I'm just really liking the conversation. That's the thing when you're talking with Ronnie. He makes you think of stuff you never thought you would think of. And
just imagine.
That.
You know how many? I think I saw the number. It's like 20. Crap, I don't remember. Maybe 2,300 or 2,400 Joe Rogan podcasts. I've seen them all. So you're talking to a Joe Rogan 2.0 here, unfortunately.
Ronnie needs a YouTube show. He needs a YouTube show, but
that get all his thoughts out there.
Yeah,
you know,
you should.
I agree. I've thought about it. It comes down for me, like, I need my own internet connection. Right now, you know, I get internet wirelessly. My brother's a streamer, so he technically hogs most of the day. So it's hard for me to do anything live. And plus my computer is cool, but it's lasted me like 12 years now when I bought it.
Wow.
And now the only thing I do is update like graphics cards over the years. That's it. And it's got me to this far, but now, you know, everything keeps updating and keeps adding, and, you know, Microsoft's bigger and Google's bigger. I run Google now, and it takes up 78% of my computer. I don't know what happened that Google needs 78% of my computer just to load up Google, but it's ridiculous.
And I noticed also too, there's that stupid efficiency mode you can't turn off.
Oh yeah, screw that crap too. I don't know what all that crap is, but
you can't turn it off. You could turn it off before during the command line, but you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, but I think it's a social experiment. They're probably just, you know, collecting data and see how many times people try to click it off. Who knows what they do? They're sketchy, man.
They want your data.
That's another podcast.
But guys, this has been the VeVeVerse Spotlight. And those have been all the spotlights we want to spotlight. Shout out to everybody that built. And we're gonna move on to the kids' corner. Before we do that, D, is the kid ready?
She's almost ready. I'm calling her. She says the cats are still eating. So I'm trying to bring her up. Yeah, I told her she's up.
Okay. Okay.
give
Well,
me a
we'll
minute.
transition over there, and I'll open the world at least, and we'll get to that. And let me see. And the producer, I see the co-producer. She's still down in the studio. So, all right, here we go. And D, if you could run the show while I get the VeVeVerse up here real quick. Little YouTubery, as
Yeah.
my collectibles likes to say in the old days.
Yeah, I'm trying to also see if I can. Oh, you're trying to do it on your side?
Yeah. I'll just do it on my side. It makes it easier.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's actually here and enjoying the show. However many eyeballs are watching Ronnie. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody for being here. Yeah, we're gonna be getting an update on Ms. Punchline. She is making it into the building. Sheesh. All
I
right.
know. The whole house shake.
She's like,
Means business.
come on,
Everybody heard that.
come on.
Is it Lily's place?
Yeah, Lily's place. Oh no. My bad.
Oh, it's not Lily's place?
No, Punch's Palace or Punch's place.
Oh, someplace new. Okay, let me get out of here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just a second here. I gotta exit. Oh, it's trying to load while I'm trying to exit. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, sorry, my bad. But
No, you're good.
yeah,
You're good.
she's here now. Oh, hold on here.
All
Yep,
right.
she's here.
Oh, well,
So
you haven't sent me the invite yet. That's why it's not here.
Who?
To the Punchline's Palace. It's not here. You gotta send me an invite.
Oh, okay, hold on.
You have to send me an invite.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Thank you for being patient.
Yeah, that's okay. Well,
Ronnie's
everybody is
like, I'm out of here. Screw this show.
That's okay. Well, while we're waiting, guys, if you would like a chance to win a random VeVe digital collectible, enter in the chats #Matrix for a chance to win something from VeVe Official at the end of the show. Something random, something cool. I'm not sure what it'll be. You'll have to find out. But do it right now. Enter #TheMatrix right now. Let's go. Do it now, as Osmond says. So, Ronnie, are you going to try to make it to any cons this year? Are you going to try to come to Vegas?
I hear that's a plan. Yeah.
Okay, let's
I'm
go.
gonna try.
Yeah.
If it all depends on the stuff that I got working in the works in the background, if that happens by that time. But I will always try to get there. So I've wanted to go to Vegas for a very long time, and it has nothing to do with gambling or prostitutes. But it's,
Ditto. Ditto.
It's all.
Have you
it's
been there
all
before?
about, I mean, ladies of the night. Sorry, I forgot there was a term change. But no, I want to go. I want to watch some magic, some high level magic, and see it in person. I've always wanted to do that.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
they have like so many shows that.
Oh yeah.
Like, I guess like whatever you can imagine, they have it in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool though in a way. Hinano, I sent the invite, so you should be getting it shortly.
Loading it up now.
Thank
Just
you,
a
thank
second
you.
here.
And
Yeah,
I
no,
missed-
go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, I missed that. Did you say you've been there before, Ronnie, to Vegas?
No, I've never been. I've barely been out of Ohio, believe it or not.
Okay. We have some really good friends that they lived here in Hawaii, and then they moved back to Ohio. So that's where they are now. Yeah.
That's a weird move, but you said back to, so they're actually used to it here.
Yeah,
well,
the guy.
He took advantage of the housing market, and he sold this house pretty close to a mill. So
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his house was an old oh, what the heck was that thing, D? It was like a dog pound that was like a dog
Yeah.
pound from like the 60s, like single
Mhm.
ply home plantation style house. And like all he did was give a facelift on that thing and he sold it for like $1 million. It's crazy. I think he
Nice.
bought it for like
Right.
150K.
Oh
So
wow,
yeah,
that's a
that's why he
different.
moved back to Ohio. He's like, well, I'm gonna go live the cheap life in the woods.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's getting expensive here too. It gets expensive everywhere now.
all
But
right, well, we're here, guys. We're at the Punchline's Palace. What's up, Punchline? Are you here?
Yes.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, look at that. Even the
Hi,
kids
Ronnie.
like, woe is me. All right, where do you want me to take us, Punchline? Where are we going?
Oh wait, no. No, turn around.
Oh. Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
All right.
like yesterday I kind of told mom something. Like
Yeah.
so only like for this thingy, this snow globe thing, like people can go in it, but you have to be allowed to go in it, and uh what was it? I
So
think
we're gonna go inside.
no, like you can go inside as like a character, and you can actually just walk in there. But
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna hide something in there, and if
Are you talking about the base?
But no,
Oh,
the
okay.
actual snow globe.
Okay.
So she's gonna be doing something. She said you're gonna put something in there,
Yeah, I'm
like an
gonna
Easter egg.
yeah, and then if you get that, you can go to this other place that I'm gonna make.
You know
Gonna
what's so
gamify it.
cool?
Yeah.
I never thought about blowing this thing up and going inside. It's snowing outside, guys.
Yeah, it's
you
snowing.
can
in
blow that
Hawaii.
thing up so big you can make your entire space snow.
Yeah, I never
That's gonna
thought
be
of
so
that.
cool, yeah.
Good job on this, Punchline. You give me an idea. All right, where we
Well,
going next, Punchline?
Thank you, Brody.
To the front.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
So I hear we can't do there's no tariffs here, is there? Damn. Shout out to Uncle Brody right there. Let's go. 2 and 1 for the punch and the birthday spam for moms. Let's get it. Thank you,
Thank
Brody.
you.
Appreciate you. Where we going, Punchline?
the actual front
Okay.
of the house.
So you want me to go here then?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, and she also has feedback.
What?
Because
What
you were
feedback?
telling me the feedback about the inside of the house.
Oh,
So
yeah.
VeVe was in here, so she has some feedback she wants to give VeVe.
You're okay. You can give him
Where are
feedback.
you going?
I don't want to give feedback right now.
You
Yeah,
can
when
blame it on your dad. Here, you can blame it on your dad. Here, I'm the feedback button. Here, push. Go ahead.
But
Cool DeLorean.
yeah, you're
Oh,
Hold on,
look at
look,
that.
yeah, the door's open.
Okay,
All right,
tell
where are we
the
headed?
audience.
Where are we headed?
I just thought it would be cool to put that DeLorean there because if it's a flying one,
Yeah.
and then there's another one with the doors open on the side, like
This
one?
yeah, that one, yeah, that one, and it's coming out from the back, but yeah, it's coming out from the back, but there's no one in there because the doors are open now.
Mhm.
And they went into the house.
Okay, so they parked.
Yeah,
All right.
but they left the doors open.
And that's a very oversized Batgirl.
Yeah. Let's just say she's a guard.
Oh, she must really eat spinach, eh?
I am's what I am's.
I am's what I am's. All right, where are we going next,
But
Punchline?
there's one Batgirl there, and then by the door there's
Yeah.
another Batgirl.
Well, I see some honey buns over here. Let's go take a look.
Yeah, there's another Batgirl over here.
Whoa! All right, do we go in
She's
there, or you want me to go through the front door?
No, to go through that door, because
Okay.
she's through that door.
All right, pause. Don't look up.
Okay.
Be nice. Whoa.
What's she
Okay,
doing
so
in the
what's she
corner? Is
doing?
she hiding?
She's looking outside to patrol. She's patrolling.
She's on that corner of the perimeter.
She's patrolling.
She's patrolling.
Yeah.
Wow, this collectible looks really good.
Okay. Yeah, nice, huh?
Very cool.
And then can you go in the garage?
Yeah.
Mo-
Oh, nice.
Mom's the car that we got. Mom is in here.
Oh, that's right. So Ronnie, I think this was like whenever this dropped, we ended up getting this for D for I think Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, yeah.
Because she's never had a Lambo before, so this is her purple Lambo.
I mean,
Who
I'll never
has?
get a Lambo, right? This is the closest I can get. Oh, thank you,
Look at the
vegan.
detail in here, man. Look at this.
Yeah, they really get the cars right in here.
They do. Like even the radio. Look at that.
Yeah, tune
Yeah.
the radio.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about any uncanny valley stuff with cars.
I think the only thing that I agree with, like arcade, is they got to have the underneath, like all the exhaust and all that. I think it's just flat underneath, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree,
And-
but
and make the sound.
I'm not saying this car specifically, but a lot of high end cars do have flat bottoms, where they kind
True.
of hide everything.
I want to see everything though, like for me personally. But
Oh,
then
yeah,
again,
me too.
I forget who said like you can't like have the sound of the motor because you got to get like a certain sound or something like that.
Hmm.
But anyways,
Yeah,
where are we
bro-
going next?
Make it a
Punchline
vroom vroom.
Upstairs.
upstairs. Okay. And I
Can
don't
you
want to.
walk-
I don't want to.
Can you walk up the stairs?
You want me to walk? Oh
Yeah.
gosh. I hate
Oh well, you can just go over the stairs and flying, and then
well,
just
that's kind of what I'm doing.
well,
Protective skid
you
plate. That's what
can
they
you
call
be
it.
a person when you get
Right here.
up? Yeah.
All right.
Is this
all
a
right.
default space, or was the house built as well?
I think it's a default.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the one that has furniture already.
The furnished one.
Yeah,
All right. Where are we going? Where are we going? Punchline.
to the left.
To the
Yeah, I'm
left,
pretty
to
sure
the
it's
left.
to the left.
All
right. Okay. Which room?
Keep going forward, and then go to the left. Oh, I forgot to move that comic yesterday, so it's in the wall.
That's okay.
Oh shoot! I'm in the wall.
Whoops.
Oh here we go. There we go. Cool.
So it's just an area where you can just like eat with a friend or something. And
Okay.
there's a sentinel guard, but it's really tiny because I don't want to make it big in the house.
Yeah, you might go to the roof.
And like
See
if I could move it to where it once you get in, it just leaves, and then gets
Whoa!
he's gonna shoot the intruders. Don't steal the food.
yeah.
Must guard the food.
Like if you touch it with your or something, it just activates on its own
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like does that. So it's great for guarding.
very great for guarding.
And I asked Mom to buy like several, so I could put a big one outside, and then another one inside, and then another one at the back.
Yeah, so I originally had only one sentinel. Now I have 4.
5 because of that one.
I don't remember. Okay, anyway, we don't want to argue on the
We have 5.
Oh wait, no, 4.
All right. Where are we going next? Punchline.
Oh, that was kind of it.
Okay.
And then you want to talk about the shop.
Oh yeah, downstairs.
I gotta go downstairs.
Yeah.
So yeah, she literally did this last night, so she didn't get to do a lot as much as she wanted to.
Where am I going?
Oh, which way are we again?
Back here.
Oh
right?
yeah,
To your right, to the guy's
Right.
right.
To my right?
yeah, to your avatar's right.
Oh, you mean over like that way? This way.
No, yeah, that way.
Down the hall. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where am I going here. Ah!
You got
He's
stuck in the wall.
This is why I don't like walking around. Here, we're flying. We're flying. All right. We're going to the backyard, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, go back in the house.
Okay, go back in the house. Where in the house?
I think it was like
Right there, right?
Oh.
Those shelves.
Maybe I'm not sure until I look at it.
You don't remember where you put it?
No, because the walls look the same and the shelf looks the same like the other one.
Okay, so that's where the Batgirl's at. I don't see anything.
Oh
else.
wait, turn around. Yeah, that shelf.
Right there.
That
In the
shelf.
This-
corner, yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
So this is
So-
her feedback.
Okay.
So yesterday the shelf was let's just say it wasn't on the wall, and I think the person that put the shelves there got lazy because there was a part bulging out, and
Yeah, so the corner, the outside corner, like where you can go around the corner and then like hit it right here.
This?
Yeah. So it
Uh-huh.
was like protruding out, so it wasn't lined up with like it wasn't flush against the wall. It was sticking
Oh.
out.
But it's flush
Yeah.
today.
Well, she fixed it.
Oh, you fixed it.
Yeah, because it was sticking out. And she didn't like
and
that.
the outside part where like you first face to put something on it, I also fixed that.
Did you hear that, guys?
Maybe if you're
Yeah.
listening to this feedback.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
and on some of the walls, I think there should have been 3 shelves instead of 2 because it makes the room look empty.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, should be 1 more.
And make
There
it like even out, I guess she's trying to say.
Well, you might have to add some more shelves then.
How'd you fix it?
I just tapped on it and edited it.
And moved it
Oh,
to
okay.
make it flush, yeah. So it's an easy fix, so that's what she's saying. It's an easy fix. Person
That's
that
a nice catch, though.
You sure you didn't accidentally hit it by accident and you're the one that moved the shelf?
No,
Okay.
I went in the house and it was like
I'm just checking.
that.
I'm just checking. I'm not blaming. I'm checking. I'm checking.
It was
Shout
right
out
when
to Vegan,
she
by the way.
put
Shout out to
the
Vegan.
yeah, it's right when she put the house or she entered the house and she walked there and she's like, "What? The shelves are not lined up."
All right.
So that's her
I hope-
feedback.
I hope you heard that, Dan. Let's go.
You remember
All
that,
right.
right? You better.
Well, shout out to Miss Punchline's Palace. I'm assuming this will start being decorated.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
better furnished
Ooh,
with
you hear that, guys?
with couches.
She's gonna make more of her famous couches.
I'm gonna make couches that aren't in here that are better than whatever couches they're gonna make.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
That
about.
is my daughter. Let's go.
Yeah, she's a disruptor. I can hear
You tell
the
him,
disruptor
Miss
in her now.
Yeah. It's like, you guys didn't make your shelves good, okay? So, all right. Final words
Anything
Punchline,
else?
before we get out of here.
Anything else?
No, that was all.
So, yeah.
Thank you. See you later. Sometime. Okay.
And shout out to Uncle Key for the $50 you just got, Punchline. So
And half is for
You
mom.
said that's for my birthday cake, right?
Half is for
No.
mom.
it's for Mom. That's
Just
right.
kidding.
And we are going to get birthday cake after this, guys. But guys, that has been the Kids Corner right there. You guys know how it goes. And then Ronnie, now's the time for our favorite part of the show, which is the VeVe Cribz. Are you ready, my friend?
Sure.
All right.
Let's do
Feel
it.
free to sing.
It's
VeVe Cribz, oh, take a look inside. VeVe fam, living large, we're along for the ride. From the vault to the walls, it's a collector's dream. In the VeVeVerse, we reign supreme.
Sorry, Ronnie. I do that at mid-sentence sometimes. I cut people off when I enable the transition. I saw you
I'm
talking.
used
Like,
to
oh
it.
crap.
I'm used to it. People usually
My
have to cut me off. Cut me off.
Me too, bro. Me too. I think you and I would probably have way too long of conversations if we meet up in Vegas. If you meet me, I won't shut up. So
Yeah, I'm sure we have a crap ton to talk about. I can only imagine. I've even noticed, and this is just, and the observationalist in me, but you and me have a similar laugh when we laugh at certain
uh-oh.
things. And I've noticed that in us, and I was like, you and me would have a great time.
Well, I
100%.
can tell we have like a affinity for certain movies, like
Yeah.
yeah, like Evolution. We were
I can
talking
tell you,
backstage, guys.
I can tell. See, I don't watch stuff. I don't watch TV or movies because it's great entertainment. I watch it because it teaches me about current culture. I watch it because I like brand new information. I have a hard time watching repeats of things. If I do watch repeats of things like movies or TV shows, it's another learning process of watching it over again to see what I missed last time. And then, like a favorite TV show of mine is like Community to watch. I haven't been back to it to do a run through of it since for a while. I'd say maybe 6 months now, but I'll go back to it again and I'll start it from episode 1 and I'll just run through them all and I'll listen in the background and I'll listen to new jokes that I never heard, or maybe I learned a new word throughout the year that I never picked up the first time watching it, and I'll rewatch stuff. Now stuff needs
Okay,
to have rewatchability, obviously, but yeah, definitely I love the cinema. I like it's moving artwork. It's someone, the director and everyone that comes together, they're trying to give us a message that's hidden in there all the time, in my opinion. Like an artist is always trying to show you what they've learned in their art. And if it comes down to a cop movie or a sci-fi movie, time travel movie, whatever, you have ideas and you bring those together and it becomes this cool moving picture art. And I don't just, it's not just something I poo-poo off. I really enjoy watching stuff, like to the point where if it's the first time I've watched something, you better shut up in the room. Like, why are you talking? I don't care about your point of view. I'm immersed. It's like what you do at a comedy show. You give the comedian your brain. You loan them your brain and you let them think for you, which brings on the laughter. You go, it's like a form of putting somebody in a trance. And movies do that for me. I just love watching a great movie with great music behind it. And I'm a music fan, so like music makes a lot of things for me, and music makes my brain, rapid fire. And then we got the new Tron movie coming out, and the first one, Tron Legacy, was done by Daft Punk, and I'm a huge fan of Daft Punk, and so
and they did it so well. Like that
it
is
was,
such a, you can re-listen to that, because I'm a big person who loves soundtrack and scores,
yes.
and I re-listen to that soundtrack a lot.
Yes. Oh, I it's a go-to of one of mine. And I'm somebody, I don't listen, when I find music I like, I don't listen to a song. I listen to albums. And even though I didn't listen to music when I was younger, I got into music in my 20s and stuff. Like I didn't care about music until my 20s. And then, it started hitting me like, man, this stuff is like beneficial. And I follow a lot of people, and like the new Tron movie coming out has 9 Inch Nails behind it, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, and man, they're killing it. If you watch any soundtrack that they do for any movie, it's
The Book of Eli. The Book of Eli.
Oh yeah, great soundtrack. Yeah, that was one of their first too. Like, yeah,
I'm a big fan of Michael Giacchino. So I the entire Lost score. Lost. I love that. But I also got to that score was performed by the Honolulu Symphony. And so everything was recorded here in Hawaii for that specific show.
And
he
did
just
a lot
wrote
of
the music
stuff for that show, didn't they? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
There hasn't been a TV show that really grasped. Well, Game of Thrones came out. It kind of did the same thing Lost did, where it grasped the culture.
Yeah, and it grasped the unknown. But even though the unknown wasn't the character, the full scope of the show, it was the characters of the people going through the experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they're like, oh, that was stupid, but you didn't get it. Like, I'm a person that likes to go on a journey, these cinematic adventures, as I like to call it, through the people, not necessarily like you know, oh, we're gonna watch Star Wars. We're gonna watch a big dumb movie with explosions and spaceships. Spaceships are cool, but I like the people flying the spaceships. I like.
Oh,
the,
I'm a dialogue guy, dude. I love
yes,
dialogue. I love
yes,
a great. You know, I don't read. I don't read
I
a
want
lot.
a story.
I love script. I love good script.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
for sure. we're getting into movie talk here, but
I know
anyway,
we can talk all day. Like I said.
do you want me to show the VeVeVerse, or are you gonna present it? How would you like?
No,
this
yeah.
done?
Can you do it? Because I'm like my computer is gonna fuck. It's gonna go haywire if I try doing all these multiple things.
Absolutely.
I'm in there, but I'm not gonna move around in it.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna have D run the show, and I'll be right back
Oh,
to. I got to reset my VeVeVerse, so I'll be right back.
Okay, gotcha. Hello,
All right, no
happy
worries.
birthday, Dee.
Oh, thanks, Ronnie. Thank you.
Everybody now, happy birthday to you. Oh wait, don't want to get demonetized.
What? That's an original. That's
That's
singing.
a song. No, that is a song you're not allowed to sing.
Not.
You're not allowed to sing it on TV or anything, or else you got to pay for that song.
Oh, well, I'm not paying for shit. Anyways, thank you, Atem. Appreciate you being here. Also want to say hi to Bonger. Thank you everybody for being here. Yeah, so while Hinano's getting his stuff restarted, how has this show been for you, Ronnie? Like
The show? Oh, the show's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was easy.
Easy peasy, right? Yeah, I think it's
was
really
easy.
cool.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, if we were in person, it'd be the same thing. It'd be
Yeah.
this easy. It would be. I'm very easygoing.
Yeah.
Until people actually push me into a corner. It takes a deep corner for me to be pushed in to bring out the beast. But like I'm a very easygoing guy.
The beast, I think
yeah.
I've seen that. No, yeah, this is really cool. Like one of the fun shows. I mean, we have a lot of shows, but this is a fun show that it's just really nice to have someone else come on and interact with them and just showcase other people's builds and what they've created. And it's so awesome to see like people's minds just go places that maybe they couldn't do like on paper and with paper and pencil, but they're able to do it here in the VeVeVerse. So that's
exactly
really awesome. So let's see. We've got, what do we have here, Ronnie?
So it's a very simple concept. So I'm working with two different things. So I'm working with a very simple concept that's repeated over and over again. And I learned, now you guys, I know a lot of you guys out there are Jim Lee fans. So I learned this from Jim Lee. And I don't follow a lot of stuff, but I do watch him live on Twitch a lot when he goes live and draws on there. And I did recently win a Jim Lee sketch from him that he did live on stream, and then did a giveaway, and I won that. I'm still waiting on that to be delivered. But so I will own a Jim Lee piece soon to at least start at. But I learned from one of his streams once when he was drawing buildings and skyscrapers in the background of like a Batman piece or whatever. And he said, like, through repetition, you don't have to go in and draw like for example, you don't have to go in and draw every single window perfectly on the skyscraper. He's like, go in there and put intention into it. Like if you're going to put intention to drawing a cloud, it's going to look like a cloud. It's not going to look like a box. It's going to look like a cloud. So the same thing with the windows. As long as you do intention and you do it quick and over through repetition, it tricks the mind, it tricks the eyes that it is what it is, just in a distance. So through that, so in this piece, that's kind of what I'm working with too. So I'm basically building a hive, aka also known as the honeycombs, the hexagons. I'm wrapping individual hexagons around a sphere. You can't see the sphere right now, but that I'm using as a guide. So I'm going in and I'm individually placing each hexagon along a sphere, and I'm going to tile it around 360 degrees all the way around. That was the plan. That is the plan. Currently, I have about 250 shapes in this build already, and as you can see, it's barely started. So I think by the looks of it, I'm gonna have like maybe 4,000, 5,000 hexagons in here in the end. I might have to cut it down, and I could talk about it in a little bit, or right now. I came into a few snags in this build. I didn't understand the math of doing this, right? So I like we said, I don't make any plans. I just go in and I start. So that's what I do. And I have, with my CAD design background and stuff, I have really good, I'm really good at guesstimating measurements. For whatever reason, it just comes to me like an image in my head. I go, this is the size of the hexagon. I can see it. I made the certain size that I'm looking for to scale it. And then I started wrapping around it. It came out pretty close to the end on the other side. Like I almost lined it up perfectly, just by guesstimating. But anyways, that's just, a little bit of gloating. But the whole plan of this is to make it like a temple, so to speak. So everything starts directly in the center of when you spawn in. You're directly in the center of everything. So in the end, when this wraps around, you'll be directly in the center of a sphere that's wrapped with nothing but hexagons. Now, in my research, I started building this, and I came across you can see at the view that you're looking at now, on the left hand side, you see that one spot that's missing, the hexagon that's missing on the left,
right here.
Yeah, at the top. Yep, the one, it's got like a notch. That one, I got to that point and I'm like, man, like it's now I understand I'm not going to be able to wrap hexagons around the sphere because they're all going to be straight flat planes. So it's going to be straight angles all the way around. I'm not going to have it perfect. But in building this, I learned something new, which is what I love about creating. I get to go research the internet when I get these ideas that I have a lack of knowledge in, and I go, what is happening here? Why did this spot happen? So I look this up and I just type into Google. I type in hexagons around a sphere or whatever, right? And I started going down a little rabbit hole, and I found out that you cannot mathematically wrap perfect hexagons around a sphere. So it's impossible to do what I sought out to do. Now, having said that, I also learned that in order to wrap perfect hexagons around a sphere, you need 12 pentagons in order to complete it. So when I got to that point, it clicked. I go, oh, this is forming a pentagon here. That's what's happening. So after I came to that, I went, okay, so now my next build, it's not going to be a fully encased sphere. I'm going to have a bunch of opened areas that look like it's kind of breathing or breaking apart. So hopefully in the future, when we get to put in our own skyboxes, I also create 3D renders of my own, and I can always make new ones. But I want to create a 3D rendered, universe sky with stars in it and stuff, which we don't have right now in the VeVeVerse. And I want, while you're standing in the center of this hexagon, and the what you can see in the background cutting through the openings of the hexagons will be like the universe. So you'll be in the middle of the universe, so to speak. Now, having said that, the big thing I want to do with this, now part of it is this is how my creative brain works. I'm trying to push the limits of the VeVeVerse. My idea is, if I can't build what I want to build, then why am I building in here? So I also want to bring it to the limits to be like, look, what I'm trying to do, I need you guys to, push and optimize whatever needs to be done. Now, each hexagon, this is going to be the trippy part. Part of it is to try and induce a conscious hallucination in people when they come here, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, in a video game. So I want you to spawn into the center of this thing, and each hexagon is going to pulse the RGB spectrum, Roy G. Biv or whatever. Now, I've done a couple things in a couple other spaces experimenting with this, and I've been able to get 3 or 4 colors to pop up in one shape. It's a cycle through like red, green, blue, yellow. I can get one shape to do that. So now that I learned to do that, I'm gonna apply that repetition to this build, and each hexagon will pulsate all those colors. So now think about this: when you come in here and you step in this, you're going to have like 3,000 hexagons pulsating the RGB spectrum, and it's going to be random like a slot machine. It's going to look awesome. And hypothetically thinking, in the future, if they implement a couple more cool tools that make it more efficient, you like right now when you apply pulsing to these things, if you wanted to make, let's say, this front hexagon turn red at the same exact time as the one next to it, you'd have to go in and individually time that up, and you'd have to be like, okay, as soon as it hits red, I'm gonna attach this material to this next one, and then repeat that 4,000 times. That's inefficient for me, and I that's gonna be like, I'm gonna wait and hopefully for new updates, maybe they add things, and I'll be able to do that in the end. But right now, I'm just building the hive, building the structure.
That's cool.
But yeah, the whole idea is that it's just going to be this cool space that you can almost sit, like I'm imagining people going here with VR and look around, and it'll be like the Sphere in Las Vegas.
That's what I thought of.
So if they add, if they add better cool tools for pulsating, better what I mean by better, more equalizing effect. What am I looking for? The word more options to control the pulsing other than timing it up by happenstance. I would like to be able to hypothetically create patterns that pulse in and out at the same time. So I can create a mandala pattern in here that'll blink, in and out, create cool patterns, or, like individual pixels of a TV show, of a TV image.
No, this is cool. This reminds me of like a holodeck or something like that, or like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
With mirrors in the sky.
Yep.
How long did it take you to put all these individual pieces together?
Right now. Now, I showed Swampy this. I don't know if he's in there. I haven't seen him in the chat in a while, but I showed Swampy what I can do in a 3D modeling program. And anyone who works in 3D modeling knows that this is easy to do.
Yeah.
I can orient whatever I want over a surface. I can duplicate that hexagon and tell it to orient around a surface, and it'll center at that exact point on the sphere. Well, I can't do that in here, unfortunately. So every time you duplicate, it duplicates to a default position each time. I would love it if it duplicated the exact position of the one that I duplicated.
Yeah,
that would be cool, even if I just got that function. Now, as you see, I'm doing these all individually. If I had group duplicate, I'd have I could just duplicate, mirror, flip,
preach.
Yep.
So there is thing, like I can build what I'm building here right now in a 3D program in about 10 minutes. In here I'm about 40 hours in.
Oh God!
Whoa! Sheesh, man.
40.
That's a lot of patience.
So do the math, like as you see here. Now, as I go quicker, now that I have a bigger plan on what I can do, I'm not going for perfect here. I'm going for organic. I want it to feel like a zygote. I want it to feel like an organic structure. So in with the pulsing of the colors, I would like to also create each hexagon to have a pulsing, like breathing effect, where they kind of pulse in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
So
expanding
it'll
the
feel
tracks.
Yes, so it feels like it's moving,
like a heartbeat.
Yep, exactly. So I right now with the 250 shapes with 0 collectibles, I'm at at 1 gig in this build, and I've seen some powerful builds that are hitting about 20-25 gigs right now, and that's really pushing the VeVeVerse. And it's pushing the people who have the good computers too. It's pushing them. So I'm hoping and begging for optimization, even if it's possible. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep building what I want to build, because it's like I said, it's the muse. It's nagging me. Like it needs to be built. It's like, I'm not a religious guy, but the church needs to be built.
No, this is cool. And I like it almost looks like the beginnings of like the Death Star or something like that, as an example of what you're trying to build here.
Exactly, man.
But yeah, I dig it. 40 hours. Yikes.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
That's a ton of patience, man.
Like if I had in 3D, I can in programs, AutoCAD and stuff. I have in this program they have snap points. You know, get snapped at grids. They have certain certain grid layout, but you can't manipulate that grid. You can't put like I want a grid interval each 0.5 inches or 1 inch or whatever. You can't do that. It's just default whatever they have in there right now. So that it unfortunately doesn't work for what I'm trying to do. But I would love if like, you know, an edge, a corner, if corners snap to each other, that'd be cool. I would that would make me more efficient.
Yep.
You know, I know Hanan likes to say he's a perfectionist or whatever. You know, the perfectionist in me wants to make sure each one of these looks like they're attached and not wonky and looks. I want it to look like I didn't mess up anywhere in it. You won't be able to find a flaw in it. You know, I have to almost tell my brain to shut up. Like, don't worry about that part. It's gonna look fine.
And you know, everything across the board, what you said, and the reason why is like part of what I want to do in here, Ronnie, is I want to film a TV show using the collectibles, but I want to build my sets. I don't want to prefab. I want to build. So having those snap points, having like two combined into one automatically without like messing with shit. That's what I want, to be fast and efficient. So
yeah.
That's
what I'm doing this for too. It's good screenshots. Like imagine this thing's pulsating, you know, 4,000 different colors simultaneously, and you take a screenshot with the collectible, and it's gonna look, you know, it's gonna look trippy. I think it's gonna look cool, and you can mess with all the depth of field. You can mess with the lighting. You mess with shadows. You can add fog. You can do all this cool stuff that you know brings it in even better and makes it.
Clouds in here, man. Have like a cloud layer at the top.
Yeah, so like I have it set up right now with fog, like a deep dark black fog for the space. So once everything, I get all the colors pulsating, I'm not going to need the environment anymore. It's going to be nothing but light that lights up the, you know, like light, you know,
because you're going to be inside of it, right?
What's up?
Yeah,
you're going to be inside of it. That's why you won't need the outside.
Yeah. So you got Mac or PC?
I got a PC.
Okay, Control 0.
Control 0.
Okay, so when you spawn in, you'll hit, you know, you'll be here, and if you just look around, you know, you'll be in the center of the full sphere.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's so cool.
I want it to feel like, you know, you go look over the edge, and it's like endless, and it'll be everywhere, down below, and everything.
Yeah.
Now, I might cheat.
I like that.
I find out that I can't do this a certain way. I might have to do some kind of cheating, which I'm already planning, which is, you know, I might add some what they call in the art world. It's like when you make a mistake, add a bush or a tree to cover it up.
You know what I mean? I've got a lot of trees in my builds, man.
So like that was Bob Ross's thing, you know, happy little tree, you know, there's no such thing as a mistake or whatever he used to say. I don't know word for word. Happy little mistake or whatever. So it's based along that, you know, in the art world, you can always cheat. You can make it, you know, you can always cover something up, especially with paint.
Well, I can't wait to see where this build goes, Ron.
Yeah. I'm going to put more time in it for sure. I'm not going to stop. Like I said, I put in like, you know, I can put in like 4 or 5 hours of straight doing this before I'm like, I got to get up and I got to walk or something. And, you know, every once in a while, I'm not a believer in ADHD, but, you know, my ADHD part of the brain, you know, I get sidetracked every once in a while, and I'm like, I don't feel like going back in there right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to get Roddy back for a return visit to see what the sphere looks like once he's done with this. But yeah, shout out to you, Ronnie, right here. And guys, if you haven't, give Ronnie a follow. I don't have his socials up, but yeah, this is really cool. And we will be back because go ahead. Sorry.
No, I really like this, Ronnie, and just seeing the progress that you've been putting on the timeline.
Yeah.
And when I looked at it first, like from this angle, it just reminds me of like puzzle pieces all coming together. And I know you've added the puzzle pieces to your murals that you've actually done in real life. So yeah, this is really cool. All the pieces are coming together.
Yep. It all stems from that movie, You Complete Me.
It's missing a Romulan warbird just for the color effect, right?
Yeah.
So.
The avocado. You need the avocado.
You need the avocado. But shout out to Ronnie's Hexagonal Love right here.
Yeah, it's a working title, but right now Hexagonal Love.
Love it, guys.
So let me give you a little. Actually, let me give a little tidbit of why hexagons. Right. So like the most famous thing we see hexagons in is a beehive. There's actually a universal natural reason for that. So you can think of the multiverse this way if you don't want to break out your brain a little bit.
Break it out.
When spheres and bubbles come together and they compact, they create hexagons. It's the most simplest shape in the universe that can be created, right? So it's the most simplest shape that can be tesserected. And it just happens to be all throughout nature. There's a special place in, I always forget it. I think it's Ireland or Scotland or something. But if you were to look up hexagon, natural hexagon forms, you would see the image of the, around this, we're like, I think it's like it's like along the coast or something. You'll see these hexagon stones that are formed, and it's all natural. It's just the way, it's the way the earth and gravity, whatever gravity is, compresses things together and it turns it into a hexagon. So, in a beehive, they're not making hexagons. They're actually making, circles, spheres, tubes. But when you put that all together, it's like an optical illusion. It creates hexagons, and that's just how they compact together. So there's a part of a beehive part of this, whole build and stuff.
Wow. Yeah, it's Ireland.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Giant's Causeway.
Acro wants to know how much more longer until you think you're done with that space. Good question.
Yeah, like I said, there's
more than 40 hours, Acro. More than 40 hours
in. And that's 200. That's the placement of 250 shapes. So do 250 times 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say around maybe 400 hours in the end.
Sheesh.
Yikes.
If I do it, because like I said, unless they ramp up some kind of like little tools or whatever, they sneak them in, things can go a little bit quicker. But I don't know their plan for that in the VeVeVerse, unfortunately.
Well, I can't wait to see the progress and the completion of the hexagonal sphere. It's really cool because my first thought when you were mentioning it was like the sphere in Vegas and how they change it up and make it like
I was thinking like a Dyson
lights.
sphere.
Yep.
Oh,
that's exactly. Okay. That's a great way to look at it as a Dyson sphere. And
you like I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Moon, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, right?
Yeah. Have you seen?
I don't want to spoil the movie. Yes, I've seen Sun. I like that too. Yeah. So. All right.
No, this is really cool, Johnny.
Thank you. Spawned up my world here. So this is True Tower, and so you spawn right here into the gate room that is in a familiar place that you'll be able to see. So here, let me get that all ready, and so
you need to change that.
We what?
You need to change that color. Yeah.
I know, because I want to come out of the gate like that, right?
Ooh, fancy.
Look at you.
And then we flip it around. If I flip it around, yep, we flip it around. So basically, this is the vault build. I took the base of the vault, and then I built a tower on it, and then I built an environment around the tower. So you spawn basically in the vault room, and then you walk up this ramp right here. And so you kind of go up here, and it takes you here. Oh.
Whoa, hidden compartment.
Hidden compartment right there. And so that shuts down. Okay. Yeah. So essentially right here is my my X-Wing, and it's to scale now. A lot of these collectibles, I put it to scale.
How do you go about figuring that out?
I usually just take like a humanoid and I put it right next to it. Or I put the humanoid in the cockpit. Like I'll put it right there just so close to scale as can be, right?
Right.
So yeah. Okay, so essentially right here, and you know what?
I love the trees, the blue leaves.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the walk around thing here, right? So essentially, that's what this part looks like. That's what the underneath looks like. See right there. Kind of give an idea.
My streaming brother, that he's he can talk your head off about video games and like video game development, like left and right. And one of his gripes in most video games is like, why he's like, why the hell does the grass have to be green? Why do the trees have to be green? He's like, we're building fantasy worlds. Why can't I have different colors and stuff?
Yeah.
And so he's seen this build like a week or something ago when he was watching one of these streams with me in the room, and he's like, yes, finally somebody who changed the
Blue trees.
Blue trees.
Yeah.
It's like the Lorax, right? Or
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss. Yeah.
Like why would you build the real world? You're building a fantasy world. Like, why build the real world?
And I got that idea from Miss Punchline, actually, because if you saw Lily's Palace, which is one of her first worlds,
I remember,
it's got like that silver kind of, I don't know
Metallic,
which texture that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, essentially, so there's a trap door right here that takes you down into the gate room down below. And I got to build out the gate room. So what I want to do with the gate room that you saw in there where I spawned, I want to take the venom canisters and put it around it like I'm creating a lab in there.
Okay.
So, yeah. And so this is the above now of the vault. And so I wanted to have like some water features in here, right? So I added the water feature. And so this right here, you cannot put something on like the top of the roof. You have to, so there's a cuboid that we're on right now.
Okay.
You can't see it, right? Because that's the only way you can walk.
No, that's not true. And I can, oh wait.
So I haven't been, I was sinking into the vault every time I did that. And so I had to put a cuboid on top of the vault.
Do me a favor and click the top. I don't even know what you would call it. The top button on the left.
The top button on the left.
In the VeVe, like
this
no,
right
not
here.
that down. Like in the function, all the functions you have. The
This
top
right here.
one. Yeah, pull up that menu.
This?
No. On the left hand part of the screen, underneath the part that tells you what part it is.
I don't know. What
Sorry, you know, like where you click, move, scale, rotate.
Oh, this right
The
here.
three things on.
Yeah, here we go. Okay,
The top one.
The one above it, though.
Oh, the one above it. This right here.
Okay, so you don't. Okay, so it went in the premium.
Right,
edition.
the premium.
Yeah.
The premium. I don't have access to.
You'll be able to individually select parts.
We need Josh.
And turn them into a solid.
See, I'm almost positive that I'm missing some things here that other people have, but that's okay. You know what? I've been able to make it work with what I got.
Yeah. I had to do the same thing until Swampy showed me how the function worked in there. I was unaware of it until I saw it.
Yeah, so you kind of seen the upstairs already. Nothing's changed on the upstairs. But essentially, so yeah, this is kind of like True Tower. At the top, we're going to have some desks. I haven't done that yet. So this right here is supposed to be like the dining hall right here, right? But I haven't put any chairs or anything like that yet. I'm waiting for Miss Punchline when she's got some time. But essentially, yeah, so this is... Oh, I didn't want to do that, huh? Oops. Okay. Yeah, so essentially, I'm going to have some tables and chairs. This is where we're going to eat. I'm going to put stuff up in the balcony and stuff like that.
When my brother saw this space like a week or something ago, whenever the last time it was, he saw that diorama, and he was looking at it. He goes, man, like somebody made a chandelier in there. That's pretty good. Like it looks so good. I'm like, no, that's unfortunately a diorama.
Oh, he thought someone pre-made that.
Yeah. But not.
That would have been cool.
Having said that, that chandelier could be made in the VeVeVerse.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a lot of individual parts, though.
Yes, it takes a lot of out-of-box thinking to make that.
Okay, well, thinking of out of the box, and this is where Josh actually inspired me. We can go underwater.
Oh.
So we go underwater right there, and we have a cave. And so technically, we are now underwater right here, and I'm not good with stairs, so I cheat. You know that artist perspective, right?
Here, man.
So right there. And so yeah, this is basically my cave, or this is the cave portion of True Tower. And so I haven't really done too much in here. I actually want to put some more rock faces right here. So essentially this mimics underwater. And so this is cool right here. So I put the helmet, right? So this is my secret lab.
Secret lab.
Zoom.
Whoa.
Right here.
That?
So right here.
Oh, that's That's so cool. I didn't know that was possible yet.
See, yeah, right here, my secret lab.
Oh, I never put. So those, you can see the inside of those helmets too.
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought it was only the cross section one.
No, it's this one too, man.
Oh,
So I plan on doing stuff in
wow.
here. So I'm also gonna put the venom canisters in here, like right in like a area right here,
like
like
a lab.
Like this is also another lab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of like my secret lab underneath. Now, obviously, you have to pretend like that's like another door in there, right? Because you can't get rid of that little mouthpiece, right? So.
Right.
But essentially, yeah, this is inside the helmet.
Yeah, you need a little suspension of disbelief there.
Yeah. You know, think of it as like I don't know, a freaking holodeck. So we'll run out, and boom. And
I did learn, now that we got to see the inside of the stormtroopers' helmets and how they work. I do now know why they are such bad shots. Because you can't see through the lenses. There's no lenses to look through.
Yeah,
they're just going in blind. Yeah.
And then I suspended these trees, and you're right. We wanted different colors right here, so I made these. They're kind of green, but you know, yeah. And so what I want to do is I want to put the boat right here.
If you were technically underwater, you would, it wouldn't be green. It would be that color.
Oh, you're right. Like kelp or seaweed.
You would have blue reflective light everywhere. Adding onto green onto blue makes teal or turquoise.
All right, so let's take a look at the landing pad, guys.
So shiny on the left, it's like foil.
Oh, right here. Yeah, so this is the ground texture, and what I do, Ronnie, is I make it glossy, and then I put a skybox on the water itself to mimic deep and shallow waters.
Yep. And once you get those pausing commands, you can make that water move.
Yes, exactly. And I really want that, but not yet. So anyways, there's going to be cars in here. I'm probably going to put like the Back to the Future train.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that in the VeVeVerse yet, the train.
Oh, man. That thing is badass.
I'm surprised no one's done that. I don't own one. That would be a great, you can do awesome shots of that. You know what I mean?
Well, if you've seen the intro for the VeVe Cribz, it's in there.
Yeah.
I actually have it in my words.
Yeah.
And I think what we did was
the other day too.
I think what we did was for one of the VeVe, before they switched to virtual radios, VeVe Radio, they did a skit in the VeVeVerse, and I flipped the train upside down because there's blasters, and I was mimicking fire with the train because a house was on fire and then a car crashed in the house. So we had like one of the Lambos inside the igloo of Luke's house, and I had the house on fire with the train. So
I forget who invited me to a VeVeVerse last. It was they did like a Predator setup.
Oh, was it Igor?
Yeah, that one.
So really quick, Ronnie, do you notice something in here?
Hold on, let me look.
Let me back it up for you.
You want me to use my eyes and notice something? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Do you notice something here?
The cracks in the walls?
Let me go look up. Look up. Do you notice now?
I don't know if I'm catching your drift.
This is the coffee table right here. This is a coffee table.
Oh,
I blew it up. If you look at the top, there's the glass.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
yeah, it's the coffee table, right? So
yeah, okay.
And that's to mimic like we're in instead of a glass bottom boat, you're below it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's because there's water up above us, right? Because the X-wing's right up above us. So yeah. So this is the coffee table from the furniture. I blew it up and I put walls on it. There's actually glass right here to mimic like we're underwater.
It's the cracks from Doctor Who.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. This is a crack
in the wall.
So anyways, this takes you out to the landing strip, guys. And so right here, boom. Before we go out there, we'll take a look.
It's a tiny little dude.
That's kind of what it looks like from that perspective.
Whoa.
See?
Those are the default doors, right? You're using?
Yeah, those are the default doors.
Yeah.
All right. And then so now there's another door that we go through right here. I think it's open. Oh, thank you. All right. And then now we'll fly for this. I don't have to run. Okay. So essentially, that's the doors right there. Okay. Ooh, there's more to it. And essentially
But
right here, I
there's
had
more.
to put this. And so this was like basically my teaser, right? That I put
Oh
with
yeah,
my
your
guide.
Oh yeah,
thumbnail.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't want people to just really know what I was doing here. But if we zoom out, that's what it looks like from the outside.
Mm.
So you got a water feature up here. That's kind of underwater. This is what it looks like underneath. So
What's that pole? Or what is that?
so basically that's the pole that the vault comes in, right? This is one of the vault spaces.
Oh,
You know, the
okay,
old
right.
vault?
Right.
Yeah. So that's it right there. There's the trees.
I would make
Kinda-
like you know, just a little thing. I would make that. I would make my own base, make it like bigger to represent like I don't know, like you know, physics. Like it, you know, it would need a bigger post to hold that structure up.
Oh yeah, for sure. So what I plan
Or
on
just
doing
put a
here
square
after,
around
Ronnie,
that. Say that again.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna no, what I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna take this body of water and blow it up, and so this will be on water.
Oh, okay,
So-
okay.
Yeah, just pretend the pole's not here. It comes with
Yeah,
the
not
build,
in-
right? So yeah, so essentially I want this to be like a basically floating on water, but at the same time, so like you really got to look at it, and this is like where the imagination comes in. The water feature is all artificial, built into the landscape of this stuff, right? And so in reality, the real water will be on the outside, and this is everything generated from what we're making to basically create this construct underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
table,
kinda what it looks like on the
blowing up
outside.
the table is that's a great idea.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I wanted to do something really quick, and I didn't want to build it. I'm like, here we go. We're gonna use this table. Perfect for this build right here. You can see the glass part right here of the table,
Yeah.
and that brings you up there at the top. And then down below, actually, there's more water. Actually,
There's more.
so yeah, there's like this little dead space that I could play with as well right here. I don't know what I want to do yet, but essentially that's my build, guys. I've been slowly building True Tower. Nothing's really changed on this portion right here, but I wanted to make sure I had some of this stuff right here, like a little bit of change of textures. I'm not sure what I want to do in here, but this is like a dead space that I have in here. I don't know what I'll do with this yet. It's like right above. So what I plan on doing here, Ronnie, is I'll probably change this up a little bit. Maybe put half a cuboid and put a door where I can have a stairway that goes up into this space. This is kind of like a hidden room that I'm not really sure what I want to do with yet in here. And that's in the cylinder, right? Because you said, and I agree, you got to have some shapes in here. So that little shape I put on top of my square, because this was square at one time.
I'm gonna get all boxes.
And then in Hawaii, we have these things where trees actually grow into some houses. People actually build their house around trees. So I wanted to use that perspective right here. And then my problem is I wanted to actually expand this down, and I haven't done that yet, to where the trunk is actually in the cave.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I didn't have time to do that before you came on. I said, forget it. I'll do it later.
Well, you know what? Your space sucks now then.
Yeah. And then over here, we plan on having some desks here. This is basically where true media will exist. This is our commercial building where we come and hang out. We'll have desks over here. And yeah, this will be one of our spaces where we can invite people to come and hang out. And that's it right there,
cool.
guys.
Yeah, that'll be fun once maybe it'll be you guys, maybe it'll be Kid Arcade, maybe it'll be, you know, other streamers or whatever, whoever does it first that has like the space people actually go to, you know, whoever's going to start that, because right now, you know, none of us are actually doing that. I did hear from a little birdie there's like a streaming show coming out on the 30th where it might be being broadcast inside of California Comic Space.
Yeah, no, that's good though, and that's what we want. We want to stream in this, and so we did stream in the VeVeVerse once, and that was for when it was VeVe Radio, and they did, you know, their skit in there. So we've done stuff like that in the VeVeVerse, but like to have a full production where we're streaming in here, it's not streamlined for that yet. You know, where you have characters and you can actually talk with your avatar in there. I'm assuming that will happen in time. No
need to assume that's coming.
And what I love about the VeVeVerse is the detail, like, because if you've been watching Future Watch, MetaBeast has been taking us to all the different metaverses out there. Some of them kind of have that Nintendo 64 look. Some of them actually look pretty cool. Like I think Second Life looks really cool, but the VeVeVerse just has so much detail.
Yeah.
In terms of like the world building and stuff like that. So that's the one thing I do love of what's happening here. And that's why I really feel like the VeVeVerse has legs if they do it right. So, but that's it right there, guys.
I don't want to knock like McFarlane Toys or whatever, because that's not exactly where I'm coming from. But I'm not a fan of their space where you put your collectibles. I'm just not a fan of the way.
Oh, their showroom.
I don't like the
controls
to it.
So I actually like their showroom. I like how buttery smooth it is, but it's very resource intensive.
I love that.
Super resource intensive. It's more resource intensive than the VeVeVerse, in my opinion. Like whenever I load up the MTD showroom, I hear the fans turn on in this machine. And I have a powerful computer. You know what I mean? I'm like, and I'm like, I'm placing a collectible. I'm like, shit, it sounds like an airplane in here. I'm like, I've never heard the third fan kick on before. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I do agree. There's things I don't like about the McFarlane showroom, like the controls. I can't stand it. The controls drives me nuts.
It has some monotone color palette to me. It just where like nothing's like even the red color. A red color doesn't stand out from the background to me.
Well, you're supposed to be in Gotham City, right? It has that Gotham City feel.
True. And I did see on a last podcast where someone was saying that, I think it was the comic guy. He was saying that they actually had it to where you could walk outside.
Yeah.
In the beginning, but so there is other areas. It's just not open to the world. You're just stuck. You're just stuck inside this box. I don't like that. Maybe that's.
Well, you said it right. You need optimization, and I think and optimization and money. That's what makes these worlds function. So, but you know what? For what McFarlane has, and it being there the whole time, and I didn't realize it. It's pretty good for what it is.
Yes.
If before this, I'm sorry, you guys aren't even seeing what I'm looking at. Before this showed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And granted, there's been other things out there that were decentralized. But again, when I go back to this, like even McFarlane, like the collectibles, they look great.
Yes.
Like the Batmobile, the lights turn on.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like the shine is all good. Even the VeVeVerse, things look great, depending on your computer, obviously, right? So, but I just think that more over time, these worlds will get streamlined. They'll get interconnected, because in reality, the metaverse is just one metaverse of interconnected networks. Pretty much that's it.
I also think it's. I have a hypothetical with this metaverse stuff, is that like everyone's trying to push to make it and make one or whatever. I think there's always a possibility where something new will come out and will trump all this. It's a wrong word to use for some people. Unfortunately, that word is too.
I get it.
But it just I don't know. It just trumps it. It just it could like we could be building in this, and then all of a sudden something way better of an idea comes out that all humans grasp, and then this gets left in the dust.
With the advent of AI, for sure.
So like this is my take on like with the VR stuff, like where we're like when we were kids, we saw the VR coming, like where is it? When is it? And just until recently, the past few years, you got the Quest 3 or whatever, you got the Meta stuff, and like people are starting to bring out these things now in 2025. Like I think the technology's just been lagging. And I think it's possible always that, with quantum computing stuff that's coming out and becoming more and more in AI, I think it's possible something better could come, and we might leave these worlds in the dust. I wouldn't like to see that happen because I'm enjoying it, but I do. It's always a possibility. I don't know.
Development, man. That's how it works here. That's the name of the game. There's always going to be someone, and I'm going to say the word, trumping someone else. So
yeah. And like you said in the beginning, it's all about fun. If it's a fun place to be and go and interact with, then that will win every time. It doesn't matter where it's at or what it is.
It doesn't have to be AAA.
Yeah, exactly.
So shout out to anybody building out there, guys. And that has been our episode of VeVe Cribz. And I like to say this all the time. Please feel free to sing.
VeVe Cribz. Oh, take a look inside. VeVe fans.
Biggest bro, I know you were singing. Don't lie to me when I call you. I know you were
Yeah,
singing.
because I was.
I'm not crying.
Ronnie-
You're crying.
You're crying. Ronnie, this has been spectacular, man. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
giving us your time
Yeah.
today, man. This
Thank
is
you.
fun. And I love the creative mind you have. You're just very, you speak with your mind. And I love that because then I feel like we can have a lot of tangible conversations, or should I say
Yeah.
tangent
Yeah.
conversations?
Organically tangent conversation.
Yeah, I'm filled with a bunch of random stuff in my head, man. Like
I know you are, which is
Well,
great though.
I feel as an artist and any artist out there listening, like it's not your job to pick a side. It's like with politics or anything, religions, you don't get the choice to have a side or pick a team. Your only ambition in life is to look at everything from the center of things and look all around and everything and take it all in, and then come out with beautiful pieces of creations or whatever, or endeavors. But as an artist, like I don't have team mentality. I'm not a blue guy, a red state guy. I'm not, I'm not a black thinker. I'm not a white thinker. I'm not, I'm always from the center. I always come from the center. I'm a neutral thinker. I believe that's why we're all mostly made up of gray matter in our brain, because we're supposed to think in the gray zone.
Facts.
I like that, Ronnie.
Speaking of the gray zone, or should I say the good zone, Ronnie, I want to thank you for coming on. We're going to be sending this to your wallet. Please give us your ETH wallet right here. This is our version 2 of our slabs. This also gets you a ton of utility into our Discord. Essentially, you can start entering UCBC giveaways with this thing. D will explain everything in the back channels right here, but this is going to go to you, and this is one of our prize pieces because
Thank
this
you, yeah.
actually has our
I've
sun
wanted
on it
one
right
for
here.
a long time. I've wanted one for a long
I
time.
know.
They're very scarce, so yeah.
Like
no,
I'm
appreciate you
very
giving us
very
the time.
jealous of the artists that created these for you. I'm jealous of how it came out and how they look.
You're envious.
I'm just yeah, a
Mm-hmm.
little jealous. Like, oh man,
Shout
I
out
didn't
to
come up with
Davo.
something like that. Damn, like damn.
Well, the hat. I love the hat right here. But shout out to Dave right here, and shout out to you, man. This is going to you. And then also, guys, we are running a giveaway from VeVe Official right now. If you want a chance to win a random VeVe digital collectible, please type in hashtag The Matrix in the comments down below. And we're going to run this in about 1 minute. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to enter the giveaway. And then that's it. Ronnie, final words for the audience while I get things ready.
Oh crap! Final words. You are art always. Never doubt yourself, man. Like, and what I don't mean that like in a cliche way. I mean that like seriously. Like, never. When I say you are art to people, I really mean that in a sense of like whatever you're doing, your ancestors, everybody, your family, anyone who's got you here, like everyone created something and did something that got you here, whether it's laughing or a smile or even if it's hurt. There's an art form in hurting people. Some of us have been bullied in the past, and we come out stronger because of that. Like there's a net positive to net negative from net negative stuff. And just look at things from the center. Look, give more empathy for humans. Attach yourself in their shoes. There's a reason why we have these typical phrases out there that everyone passes along like they're nothing. Like it's because they work and they've been tried and true for decades and for millennia, hundreds of thousands of years now of human civilization. So why not go back to the roots and use that stuff? People used to say chivalry's dead. Like bring it back then, because there's nothing wrong with that. And don't be chivalrous just women or to the opposite sex. Do it to everybody. Be nice to everybody. Like there's nothing better than a smile on someone's face, man. There really isn't.
Facts. And let's put some smile on at least somebody's face right now, guys. Good luck for the giveaway from VeVe Official Random VeVe Digital Collectible. Let's see who's going to be the winner. Let's see who's going to have a smile on their face today. Let's find out. Mark D.
Let's go,
These
Mark.
hands are for you, Mark. I don't know if they're washed, but they're for you. Let's go. And that has been the show right here. It's been so much fun hanging out with everybody right here. D, please close out the show.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ronnie, for coming on and giving us a little bit of your time and just showing us, what you've been working on, and can't wait to see the progress and, when you finally have it all together, all the pieces together. And Yeah, I feel like we can. It's just always fun when we get a chance to talk to you because I swear your mind is like endless with just stuff, and
Thank you.
I
Yep.
learn from you because you're like my Google. You have like
Oh,
so.
please do not take anything from my word. Do not do that. I get
um,
stuff wrong all the time.
no,
All
but
the
it's always fun to conversate with you in the chat. But it's nice to actually be here talking to you face to face and just spending time with you. So appreciate that.
No problem. No
And
problem.
yeah, and thank you for all the people that have been here and hanging out with us as well, listening and watching. Always appreciate everybody. And yeah, thank you everybody for the super chat stickers and for the birthday wishes. Yeah, thank you everybody for making my day even better.
And Mark,
Yeah.
send us your VeVe username, and we will help you get in contact with My Collectibles to get you that collectible right there.
Yep.
And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate everyone for tuning in every single time. And also, Ronnie, appreciate you for coming on. I think you've been on the program a few times. Always enjoy your conversation, and we would love for you to come back on. It's a revolving door here. You know that already. If
I'll
you
be
ever
back.
just want to jump on, come on, man. It's all cool.
Yes.
I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry.
I'll be
Yes,
back.
I'll be back.
And that, with that said, guys, take care. Have a good day. And you do a magic trick? Or no?
He's gonna solve it. Ba bam.
This guy over here. He's
He's
flexing. He's
too
flexing,
good. He's
guys.
too good. It's too good.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Take care.
Supergirl, you're my dream come true. With your cape and your curls, I'm falling.